The German is not failing. Flick resorts to the magic solution to compensate for Olmo's absence from Barcelona. German coach Hans Flick has reached a tactical decision to address the absence of Dani Olmo, the midfielder who is suffering from an injury. Olmo, who joined Barcelona this summer from German club Leipzig, suffered a hamstring injury during his team's 4-1 win over Girona, and it has been confirmed that he will be out for a period of 4 to 5 weeks. Spanish newspaper AS revealed that Flick has decided to deploy Brazilian winger Rafinha in the midfield position instead of Olmo for the upcoming Monaco match, marking the start of the team's campaign in the Champions League. The report noted that Rafinha, who has performed well this season, will join his teammate Pedri in Barcelona's midfield, at least for the matches against Monaco and Villarreal, as the Brazilian has all the necessary qualities for this position, with the freedom to advance into attack. AS added, "This will not be the first time Rafinha plays as a midfielder. He has performed this role under Xavi's guidance, and Flick will revert to this option to fill the gaps in midfield, alongside Pedri and Marc Casado." The newspaper also clarified that Barcelona is severely lacking in midfielders due to the injuries to Dani Olmo, and previously Frenkie de Jong, Fermin Lopez, and Gavi. With de Jong's situation still uncertain, the player closest to returning is Fermin Lopez, who might make a comeback next week against Getafe, while Gavi is already in the final stages of his rehabilitation and is expected to be discharged from the hospital within 2 weeks. The Spanish newspaper mentioned that with Rafinha in midfield, Ferran Torres would be the most suitable player for the left-wing position, as Flick has already implemented this strategy in the first 2 rounds of La Liga against Valencia and Athletic Bilbao. Former Barcelona star, Mbappe does not threaten Real Madrid's opponents and will not make a difference. Messi's friend discusses the new format of the Champions League. Sergio Aguero, former Barcelona striker, believes that Real Madrid's signing of French star Kylian Mbappe does not guarantee them winning the UEFA Champions League. Real Madrid, the Champions League champions and record holders, 15 titles, signed the French star on a free transfer during the last summer transfer window, after his contract with Paris Saint-Germain ended. Aguero said in an exclusive interview with the English edition of Goal, "No one can ever exclude Real Madrid from the title race. We don't need to say that. But at the same time, Mbappe's addition does not make them a bigger threat to their opponents." He added, "I think he is likely to win the La Liga top scorer award. However, one player does not make a difference. The whole team does." The former Barcelona and Manchester City star continued, "There are many contenders for the title and they will fight tooth and nail to achieve it." Aguero also discussed the new Champions League format after the group stage was replaced by a league phase, saying, "We'll have to see how things go. The changes are significant and it will be difficult to get used to them." He concluded, "I'm sure we will have more information to make an accurate judgment in due time." Reasons why Haaland might consider leaving Manchester City and Barcelona as the expected destination. Norwegian striker Erling Haaland of Manchester City has opened the door to a new rivalry between Spanish giants, Real Madrid and Barcelona, sparking fresh speculation about his future in global football. The Spanish newspaper El Nacional published controversial remarks made by the Norwegian giant, in which he expressed a desire for new challenges in the future through a new competition and a new European powerhouse to join in the future. After his stellar performances in the Bundesliga with Borussia Dortmund, and then becoming the Premier League's top scorer with Manchester City over the past 2 years, Haaland's next step might be away from the Premier League, specifically towards La Liga, with a slim chance of playing in France. The Norwegian star will be available next summer for €120 million, a figure that seems manageable for clubs interested in acquiring him. However, the questions remain about why Erling Haaland might want to leave Manchester City after hinting at a desire for a new challenge. The primary reason is the pursuit of the Ballon d'Or. Haaland knows that winning it requires moving to La Liga to play for one of its giants, Real Madrid or Barcelona, to benefit from their massive popularity in Europe and worldwide, especially given that his national team, Norway, is a modest European team that hinders his chances for individual awards. La Liga would be the most logical destination for Haaland, as it features the giants Real Madrid and Barcelona, both of which represent a dream for any football player seeking to reach the pinnacle of the sport. However, Haaland's decision will be extremely difficult when choosing his preferred destination between the two Spanish giants, who are expected to enter a fierce competition to secure his services once the Norwegian shows interest in leaving. Barcelona seems to be on its way to recovering from its economic problems, with a notable improvement in player wage caps and the reduction of high-paid players. The club is also securing better and more financially beneficial sponsorship deals, making the idea of signing Erling Haaland not out of the question. Interestingly, Joan Laporta is approaching a presidential election, and winning another term requires garnering fan support through a high-profile signing. There would be no better player than Haaland to secure a victory in the upcoming elections, especially since previous reports have indicated that Haaland is Laporta's top dream for the future. However, Haaland's move to Barcelona would require two conditions. First, Real Madrid must officially withdraw from the race to sign the player. Second, Barcelona would need to expedite the departure of Robert Lewandowski, the current top scorer in La Liga with 4 goals, who has a contract with the Catalan club until June 30th, 2026. In a year's time, Barcelona will desperately need a more powerful and younger striker. Relying on Lewandowski alone when he turns 37 would be illogical, and keeping him as a backup would be even more challenging, especially since the club's finances cannot accommodate the salaries of both the Norwegian and the Polish stars simultaneously. Messi surprises, Flick and praises Lamine Yamal's performance. In a special comment on Barcelona's recent brilliance, former team legend Lionel Messi expressed his immense admiration for young player Lamine Yamal and praised coach Hansi Flick's impact on the team's performance. Messi, who has always been associated with Barcelona's achievements, did not hide his excitement at seeing the new generation shine, affirming that the team is on the right path to reclaiming its former glory. Messi stated, "Lamine Yamal is an amazing player. To see someone at 17 years old achieving these numbers and performing at this level is extraordinary. I watched his performance in the match against Girona, and what he did on the pitch reflects a great deal of maturity despite his age. Scoring twice away from home at this age is not something ordinary, and it shows that Yamal has a bright future ahead with Barcelona." He added, "What stands out about Lamine is not just the goals he scores but the way he controls the ball and creates opportunities. In the final third of the pitch, he has a rare ability to make the right decisions and move intelligently." Opta highlighted that Yamal achieved the highest ball possession rate in the final third during 2024, which is a significant achievement, especially at his age. "I believe that if he continues on this path, he will become one of the top players in the world in the coming years." Regarding the impact of coach Hansi Flick, Messi said, "It is clear that Flick has brought new energy to Barcelona. The team plays with a balanced and more disciplined style, which we needed for some time. Flick shows that he is a world-class coach who knows how to utilize the potential of young players like Yamal. Under his leadership, it seems Barcelona has found its way back to dominance in La Liga and strong competition in the UEFA Champions League." Messi affirmed that Barcelona's strong return reminds him of the club's golden periods in the past, saying, "It is wonderful to see Barcelona coming back in this way. Winning 5 consecutive matches is a significant achievement and reflects the high spirit of the team at the moment. Barcelona has a fantastic mix of youth and experience, and if they continue at this level, I believe we will see great things from them this season." Messi concluded his comments by advising the young players at Barcelona, "I want to tell the young players like Lamine Yamal to keep working hard and stay humble. Success at Barcelona comes from commitment and focusing on performing your best in every match. I have great confidence that these players will carry the club's name to even more successes in the future." Messi's words affirm that Barcelona is moving in the right direction, with the rise of its young stars under the experienced coach Flick. It seems that the team has all the components to return to the top of Spanish and European football. Good news for Barcelona fans before the Monaco match. Barcelona fans have received good news ahead of the anticipated match against French side Monaco in the UEFA Champions League, scheduled for next Thursday, September 19th. Barcelona may recover Fermin and Ansu before the Monaco match. Spanish newspaper Mundo Deportivo reported that German coach Hans Flick might have the services of the duo Fermin Lopez and Ansu Fati available before the match against French side Monaco. The Spanish newspaper added that Frenkie de Jong and Gavi have participated in part of the training sessions, and while there is no specific date for their return, there is positive progress regarding their recovery from injury. The return of injured players Fermin and Fati would be a significant boost for Coach Flick's squad ahead of the Monaco match. Barcelona will face Monaco at the Louis II Stadium next Thursday at 10 p.m. Cairo time. FIFA surprises Barcelona after the win over Girona under Flick and praises Lamine Yamal. In an official statement from the International Football Federation, FIFA, regarding FC Barcelona's impressive performance in their recent match against Girona, particularly the standout display by young star Lamine Yamal, FIFA praised the exceptional achievements of the young player and the significant impact of new coach Hans Flick on the team's performance. The FIFA statement began by highlighting Barcelona's 4-1 victory in the fifth round of La Liga, noting that this win reflects the positive transformation the team has undergone under Flick's leadership. The statement also pointed out that Barcelona appears more balanced and organized than ever, benefiting greatly from the young players who bolster the team. Regarding Lamine Yamal, FIFA said, "At just 17 years and 64 days old, Lamine Yamal is delivering performances far beyond his years. Scoring twice away from home in a match of this magnitude confirms that he is one of the most promising talents in global football." Yamal's record-breaking stats, including ball possession in the final third of the field, reflect his immense talent and understanding of the game that surpasses his peers. FIFA added, "The individual excellence shown by Lamine Yamal at such a young age is what distinguishes great players from others. His ability to control the ball and make decisive decisions in critical areas of the pitch suggests he has the potential to become a global star in the near future. Such players represent the future of football, and FIFA always encourages such talents that add beauty to the game." FIFA also praised the positive impact made by German coach Hans Flick since his arrival at Barcelona, stating, "Flick has brought a new philosophy to the team based on organization and harmony among the players, contributing to impressive results at the start of the season. Winning 5 consecutive matches reflects the extent of the work he has done with the team. His ability to blend experienced players with young talents like Lamine Yamal makes Barcelona a strong contender to reclaim their domestic and continental glory." The statement concluded by reaffirming FIFA's commitment to supporting such talents and achievements through its programs aimed at developing youth football worldwide. "We encourage clubs to continue investing in the development of young talents and providing opportunities for players like Lamine Yamal to showcase their skills at the highest levels. These steps are crucial not only for the development of football at an individual level, but also for enhancing the quality of the game as a whole." FIFA's reaction serves not only to commend Yamal's brilliance, but also to highlight the team's overall development under Hans Flick's guidance. This statement underscores the importance of young players in shaping the future of football and how major clubs like Barcelona can regain their status by supporting and guiding these promising stars towards success. Since Flick's arrival, Rafinha has become a regular starter for Barcelona, having played all 5 official matches, and he is also a versatile player, having played on both wings and in midfield, behind Robert Lewandowski, a special gesture from Flick at Barcelona. German coach Hans Flick made a notable gesture with Barcelona's coaching staff this season. Flick was named the best coach in La Liga for August, surpassing Marcelino Garcia Toral, Villarreal, and Luis Garcia Plaza, Alaves, thanks to achieving 4 wins in 4 matches. According to Spanish newspaper Mundo Deportivo, the German coach wanted to involve all members of the coaching staff in this award as a recognition of their daily work. For this reason, Flick invited all the coaching staff to take a photo with the award at the Tito Vilanova Stadium after the training session, following their 4-1 victory over Girona last Sunday, as a gesture of thanks for their efforts. This is not the first notable gesture from Flick with the coaching staff. He had previously invited them to dinner last Tuesday to strengthen the bonds within the team in a great working environment that reflects on performance. The Spanish newspaper noted that Flick always values his assistants' work, even in front of the players. Dani Olmo continues to shine in his first season with the Catalan giant, having scored 3 goals in 3 matches. The Spanish newspaper Mundo Deportivo has listed 5 players who Barcelona can rely on to compensate for Olmo's injury: Rafinha, Fermin Lopez, Pedri, Pablo Torre, and Coem Gwenning. The newspaper added that Brazilian Rafinha is the primary option to replace Olmo, as Rafinha can now return to his old position in midfield due to the absence of the Spanish international. Rafinha has participated in 5 matches with Barcelona, contributing to 6 goals, having scored 3 and assisted 3. If Rafinha moves to play in Olmo's position, Ansu Fati might play instead of him. Hans Flick has announced that Fati will be one of the options during the match against Monaco next Thursday in the Champions League. Mundo Deportivo described Fermin Lopez as the ideal replacement for Olmo, but this depends on his physical readiness after he was injured with his national U21 team. Lopez's situation is expected to be clarified this week, and if fit, he will be Olmo's primary substitute once he recovers. The newspaper also chose Pedri as a third option, and if relied upon, Garcia will move to midfield to play in Pedri's position, as part of Hans Flick's solutions to replace Olmo. The fourth option is to rely on Pablo Torre in Dani Olmo's position, as was done during the preseason. The fifth and final option would be Coem Gwenning, a 17-year-old player from the La Masia Academy, considered one of the promising talents at Barcelona. He has previously played with the reserve team, and Hans Flick believes in his potential. Monaco coach on facing Barcelona: I am not afraid of any opponent, and I like Flick's style. Adi Hutter, coach of the French team Monaco, has stated that he is not afraid of any opponent, noting that he likes the style of his rival Hans Flick, coach of Barcelona, ahead of their upcoming match at the Louis II Stadium next Thursday in the first round of the Champions League. Hutter mentioned in statements published by Mundo Deportivo about whether he would repeat the tactics that led to a 3-0 friendly victory over the Catalan team. I will not reveal the tactics. What I can say is that it will not be a similar match. He added, I think in a way it was good for Barcelona to lose that match. They have now scored in 5 consecutive matches and have conceded only 4 goals. He continued, I watched the Barcelona versus Girona match until the 85th minute, and it was a clear win. I don't want to say they won easily, but they performed well, and they deserved it. Hutter said, I am not afraid of any opponent, but I have a lot of respect for Barcelona, as they are one of the biggest clubs in the world. Everyone knows them, and they have Robert Lewandowski up front, whom I faced in the Bundesliga. He added, they also have Lamine Yamal, who scored 2 goals with his wonderful left foot. He is a talented young player of the highest caliber. And Dani Olmo, whom I also know from the Bundesliga, is one of the best players in Europe, as well as Rafinha. On how to stop Lamine Yamal, the Monaco coach replied, when I was a player, many of my coaches supported marking opponents even when they go off the pitch. But that is not what we want. We want to stop him as a team. I am not the type who orders individual marking of opponents. Hutter praised his rival Hans Flick, saying, Flick won 6 or 7 titles in 1 year with Bayern Munich. Coaching the German national team opened the door for him to move to Barcelona. Perhaps other coaches from Germany, Austria, and Switzerland will also follow our path. He concluded, I know Flick, and you can quickly see his style as he plays with high lines and high pressure on the opponent in an aggressive manner, which is something I also like.